Penguin Random House Audio presents Days of Awe by A.M. Holmes. Read for you by Mark Bramhall, Cassandra Campbell, Will Damron, Kimberly Farr, Rebecca Lohman, Devin Sorvari, and Fred Sanders.
Brother on Sunday. She is on the phone. He can see her reflection in the bathroom mirror, the headset wrapped around her ear as if she were an air traffic controller or a Secret Service agent. "Are you sure?" she whispers. "I can't believe it. I don't want to believe it. If it's true, it's horrible. Of course I don't know anything. If I knew something, I'd tell you." No, he doesn't know anything either. If he knew, he'd tell me. We vowed we wouldn't keep secrets. She pauses, listening for a moment. "Yes, of course, not a word." "Tom," she calls. "Tom, are you ready?" "In a minute," he says. He examines himself in her makeup mirror. He raises his eyebrows, bares his teeth, smiles. And then he smiles again, harder, showing gum. He tilts his head left and right, checking where the shadows fall. He turns on the light and flips the mirror to the magnifying side. A thin silver needle enters the reflection. There's a close-up of skin, the glistening tip of the needle surrounded by a halo of light. He blinks. The needle goes into the skin. His hand is steady on the syringe. He injects a little here, a little there. It's just a touch-up, a filler-up. Later, when someone says, "You look great," he'll smile and his face will bend gently, but no lines will appear. "Doctor's orders," he'll say. He recaps the syringe, tucks it into his shirt pocket, flips the toilet seat up, and pees. When he comes out of the bathroom, his wife, Sandy, is there in the bedroom, waiting. "Who is that on the phone?" he asks. "Sarah," she says. He waits, knowing that silence will prompt her to say more. "Susie called Sarah to say that she's worried Scott is having an affair." He says, quite honestly, "Of all people, Scott isn't someone I'd think would be having an affair." She doesn't know that he's having an affair. She just suspects. Sandy puts her cover-up into a tote bag and hands him his camera. "Can't leave without this," she says. "Thanks," he says. "Are you ready to go?" "Check my back," she says. "I felt something." She turns, lifting her blouse. "You have a tick," he says, plucking it off her. Somewhere in the summer house, a loud buzzer goes off. "The towels are done," she says. "Should we take wine?" he asks. "I packed a bottle of champagne and some orange juice. It is Sunday, after all." "My brother is coming, after all," he says. His brother, Roger, visits the beach once a year, like a tropical storm that changes everything. "It's a beautiful day," she says. And she's right. Tom sits in a low chair facing the water, his feet buried in the sand. Just in front of him, hanging from the lifeguard stand, an American flag softly flutters. His sunglasses are his shield, his thick white lotion a kind of futuristic body armor that lets him imagine he is invisible. He believes that on the beach you are allowed to stare as though you were looking not at the person, but through the person, past the person, at the water, past the water to the horizon, past the horizon into infinity. He is seeing things that he would otherwise not allow himself to see. He is staring. He is in awe, mesmerized by the body, by the grace and lack of grace. He takes pictures, studies, he calls them. It's his habit, his hobby. What is he looking for? What is he thinking while he does this? This is something he asks himself, noting that he often thinks of himself in the third person, a dispassionate observer. The beach fills up, towels are unrolled, umbrellas unfurl like party decorations, and as the heat builds, bodies are slowly unwrapped. He, of all people, knows what's real and what's not. There are those who have starved the flesh off their bones and those who have had it surgically removed or relocated. Each person wears it differently, the dimpling on the thighs, the love handles, the inevitable sag. He can't help noticing. Around him, his friends talk. He's not listening carefully enough to register exactly who is saying what, just the general impression, the flow. "Did you have the fish last night?" "I made a fish. We bought a fish. His brother loves to fish. I bought a necklace. We bought a house. I bought another watch. He's thinking of getting a new car. Didn't you just get one last year?" "I want to renovate." "Your house is so beautiful. His wife used to be so beautiful." "Do you remember her?" "Could never forget." "Tom went out with her once." "Just once." "He doesn't have the best social skills," his wife says. Now they are talking about him. He knows he should defend himself. He lowers the camera and turns toward them. "Why do you always say that?" "Because it's true," Sandy says. "It may be, but that's not why I only went out with her once." "Why didn't you date her again?" she wants to know. "Because I met you," he says, raising the camera as if inserting a punctuation mark. The intensity of the sunlight is such that he has to squint in order to see, and at times he can't see at all. There is a blinding abundance of light and reflection. He thinks of a blind girl who lived in his neighborhood when he was growing up, Audra Stevenson. She was smart and very pretty. She wore dark glasses and tapped her way down the sidewalk with her cane, a thick white bulb on the end of it. He used to watch her go down the street and wonder if she wore her glasses at home. He wondered what her eyes looked like. Perhaps they were very sensitive. Perhaps she oversaw. That's how he thought of it. Maybe she wasn't blind in the sense of everything's being black, but blind in that there was too much light, so that everything was overexposed and turned a milky white with only spots of color punching through, a red shirt, a brown branch, the grayish shadows of people. He asked her out once. He stopped her on the street and introduced himself. "I know who you are," she said. "You're the boy who watches me go home." "How do you know that?" he asked. "I'm blind," she said, "not dumb." He picked her up at her house, hooked his elbow through hers, and led her to the movie theater. During the film, he whispered in her ear an ongoing narration of the action, until finally she said, "Shh, I can't hear what they're saying if you keep talking to me." After the date, Roger, who was 2 years older, made fun of him for being too shy to ask a regular girl out, and, no doubt, for going on a date long before Roger himself ever would. No girl was good enough for Roger. Eyebrows were too thick, Grace's chin too long, Molly's eyes too wide, Ruthie's laugh too high-pitched. Every girl was just one twist of the genetic helix away from having a syndrome of some sort. Roger mocked Tom the Younger, as he liked to call him, loudly as Audra was walking away, and Tom was so mortified, so sure that Audra had heard every word, that he never spoke to her again. Behind him they are still talking. Arctic char, orata, Chilean sea bass, swordfish, ahi tuna, mole sauce, ancho chili, a rub, a marinade, a pesto, a ragu, a teriyaki reduction. They love to talk about food and exercise, running, biking, tennis, Pilates, trainers, workouts, cleansing diets. The one thing they don't talk much about anymore is sex. The ones who are having it can't imagine
Sample complete. Ready to continue?